Hey guys, Bobby Hughes here with the Heritage Pride Homestead, and back to give you a aquaponics update video and kind of show you what's been going on with the aquaponics system. So a lot has changed since the last video. Not really any how-tos per se, but more so just me trying to get a feel for my system and kind of learn some things about the system and adapt, and you know, just trying to figure out how everything works. And I've been playing with some different things, potassiums and calciums and just different stuff, playing with pH and fish. We have fish now. And just making a few, you know, finishing upgrades and updates and just, you know, little stuff basically. So, but I wanted to give you guys a little update video because we're moving into a new phase of the aquaponics system, and I've got a video coming up on that, so I'm not really going to show you too much on this video or talk about it because I've got a video coming up. But I wanted to do an update video and show you guys where we're at now before I introduce that part of this new system to the system. So anyway, if you guys are following me on Instagram and Facebook, you probably know what I'm talking about already, what the coming thing is to the aquaponics system. So anyway, yeah, so I'm not going to be a real long, drawn out, boring me talking a bunch video. I'm just going to grab the camera and show you guys the system and how it's doing, and show you some of the changes that I've made to the system, just to kind of, I guess, tweak it a little bit. So anyway, let me grab the camera and I'll show you guys around. Alright, so I guess I'll start by showing you guys the plants that I've got growing right now. I've got a ton of new plants started in the hydroponic seed starter, which I'll be doing a video on that here pretty soon. As a matter of fact, I've got a video ready to go up on how to build a hydroponic seed starter, but I haven't posted a video on how I started them yet. So these plants are plants that were in the rail system, seeds that I started, and then I moved over into this just to kind of see how they do. So the eggplants grew really well, but no fruit, and I know it had to do with pollination, but I think it also had to do with ants. I've had a lot of ants recently, and one thing I've just noticed kind of by looking right now, you can see I've got blooms on here, and I've been pollinating even though the ants have been so bad, but right now the ants don't look that bad. And I don't know if you can see, it's getting kind of dark in here. This new growth looks really vibrant in color, where the old growth was kind of dark looking. That one's a good one. Anyway, so maybe there's hope for eggplant after all. It's getting a lot of blooms. So I'm going to still pollinate, self-pollinate, and see if that helps. Got another little one down here, and it's doing the same thing. Looking really vibrant. I've noticed since I've had the fish in the system that it's actually, the things are growing a lot better. And they're getting a lot better colors, more fuller, and so I'm pretty stoked about that. I mean, that's part of it, is the fish waste in the system is what really is good for the plants. So I've got a couple of tomato plants, and I apologize that it's getting dark. I waited a little bit long to get out here and do this video. So I've got these tomato plants, and they're huge, and the fruit is not very big, and let me explain why. I did not know, I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know that I would need to do it. You have to self-pollinate in this greenhouse. I left the door off thinking that the bees would come in and pollinate for me, but no such luck. So my plants are really tall, like 4 feet tall. And I'm getting just tons of blooms on them. And look at all those little tomatoes there growing. These are Romas, baby Romas. So they are gonna be amazing. Characteristics of this plant is not exactly right. I mean, you've got a pencil-sized stem that's 4 feet tall, but it's producing fruit, so I'm cool with that. I mean, we'll tweak growing once we can tweak the aquaponics system and learn it. Same with this one, we're getting some blooms on it. Got a little tomato there. Can't remember what this might be one of the best boys. Not sure. Got some cabbage going back here, looking really, really good. Nice firm leaves. I had some pepper plants in front here that got huge and produced a lot of peppers. Got rid of those just because they were kind of, I wasn't getting any more blooms on them and they were taking up space. Like I said, this is kind of my experiment grow, my first grow on this system. Look at this tomato plant. This is a best boy. It's coming all the way up. It's huge. Once again with it, I'm getting tons of blooms on it. And now that I got the pollinating thing down, I'm starting to get little tomatoes, which is awesome. So with a plant this size, I should be. There's another little guy up here. So more blooms, looks like more blooms starting right up here. So we're getting lots of blooms. This branch over here, it's got blooms on it. So anyway, I may end up trimming that one off. Just because I've got an idea of how I'm going to grow some tomatoes in here in the future. The next round, I'm going to grow them all along the back of the boxes and then run some strings for them to climb all the way up to the center ridge here. And then if they get to that point, I'll just top them. So anyway, yeah, so that's doing pretty good. These are the little pepper starts that I had that I stuck in here, and they're doing better now. I had a cutter ant or a cutter worm in here. You can notice all the leaves are gone on a lot of them, thanks to that guy. And anyway, but the color is really coming back to the leaves, which is good because a lot of them are looking like this one here, really just fading out, which is could be a couple of different things. Could be magnesium or potassium deficiency. Could be not a lot of different options, but there's a few different things. The duckweed is growing like crazy. I am like feeding it, but I'm also got so much of it I don't know what to do with it, so I'm feeding it to the dogs and to the chickens, and yeah, so the duckweed's doing awesome. I built this little stand here, and I'll show you. Here's the fish tank, one of the little mini fish tanks. It's a 10-gallon tank, and there's our little tilapia fingerlings in there. Like I said, it's dark in here right now and not great for filming, but I just wanted to show you guys what's going on, like I said, with the system. Fish tank, still good. And then I made some modifications to the manifold. I ran out of ports, so anyway, this was the last shutoff that I had available, and so I was using it as like an auxiliary port to like plug a water hose up to test things with or wash stuff off, like, you know, just different things. Wash things off in the system, like to spray the fish tank or, you know, whatever. So I needed this port to use it, so I made a little auxiliary port here with a water hose connection on it, and then I can hook my little short water hose up to it and use it around the system, which is really super convenient. Then we come up and we tee off here. This one is feeding the water from the system into the tank. Now I have a actual tank filter on here that I'm running, and then every about 24 hours I'm recirculating the water from the system. You see here I've got a little submersible pump in here. This runs back into my fish tank so that it can go through the filtration system. That basically just pulls all the solids off the bottom there. I just did it, so it's good, and you know, it's pretty clean right now. But anyway, what I'm doing is recycling the water through the system about every 24 hours. So that way the fish are safe in here, but they're also adapting to the system water. So whatever changes the system makes, this fish tank makes as well, which I think is important for later on when I introduce these fish when they get a little bit bigger into the big system. So about every 24 hours, every evening when I come out to check everything, I go ahead and just cycle this water through for about 10 or 15 minutes, and that clears it up because it gets pretty mucky even with this filter in here. There's a lot of fish in this little tank and it gets dirty. So it's good, I think, to cycle that through and you know, kind of clean the water up a little bit for them. But anyway, back to the manifold. Another thing I did was I put a simple inline home filtration system in, and I didn't put any carbon filters or anything like that, just a standard paper filter. And what I do is or what I've noticed was that sometimes the water will get a little mucky. Even with the filtration and stuff, it'll get a little dirty. Let me plug this light in, maybe it'll help us out a little bit. There we go. So even with the big filtration, the water will get a little mucky. I'm just calling this a clear up filter. And so you know, if it starts to get dirty, I can turn it on. Push that up out of the way there. Turn it on and just run water through. It's just pulling water right out of the sump through the filter and then back into the sump, just kind of cleaning it up a little bit, making it a little you know, clearer. So it's not filtering out really any of the good bacteria or anything. Like I said, it's just a paper filter, so there's nothing that's going to kill the bacteria. Just kind of clears out some of the muckiness, and it seems to be working pretty good for that. Let's see what else. The fish tank. So I made the decision to introduce my 35 new baby tilapia into my big fish tank. I've got a couple of koi fish in here too. They're probably hanging out down at the bottom somewhere and we're not going to be able to see them. But I was noticing I would come out and look, you know, a few days later or whatever, and I noticed that I didn't look like I had 35 tilapia in there. So I started thinking, what the heck? One died and was floating on the top, and that was it. And so I pulled the lid off of my radial flow filter one night, and there was a dead tilapia in the radial flow filter. And then it hit me that they can fit. There's the, I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not. Oh, they're gone. It hit me that they're coming up through the slow and then through the system, through the radial flow, and then making their way into the moving bed filter. Well, the moving bed filter has one of these at the inlet to keep the media from sucking back up in the system. So I thought, shoot, I bet there's fish down there. So I shut the filter down, I bypassed everything, took all the media out of the filter. Sure enough, I found about 14 or 15 tilapia in the bottom of my moving bed filter caught in the plastic trap. Luckily, fortunately, about 8 of them survived. The other ones, of course, had died, so that sucked. So I had to drain the tank down. I caught all the tilapia. I left the koi's in there, caught all the tilapia, and then popped them over here in this tank to let them get a little bit bigger. So definitely a screw up on my part. Like I said, like I said in the beginning, I'm learning the different systems and learning my system and what to do and what not to do and all that good stuff. So definitely something that you need to think about when you are introducing small fish into your system. But these guys have already grown quite a bit in just a week, about a week that I've had them. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So anyway, yeah, other than that, let's see, radial flow, I went ahead and finished up the output here for the solid wastewater. The moving bed filter, I have tried different techniques for venturis. You can see there's a new bulkhead down there in the bottom. I attempted to make a venturi come in there. It still didn't work right. Don't know what the heck is going on. My other two venturis are working fine. So I just finally decided, you know what? I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. I'm just going to leave it as is. Maybe in the future, once my system's a little bit more developed, I'll come back and address it again. But for right now, we're just going to run our air pump. So I've got the air pump running in here. I've got a 9-inch, looks like something has moved around in here maybe. I've got a 9-inch pull it out of here. A 9-inch air stove down in the bottom of this bad boy. And that thing is putting out some air. So it's working really good to keep everything moving in the moving bed filter. So I'm happy with that. For now, though, I guess the only thing is I just don't like having that extra motor running and all that extra noise, but it is what it is. So it does the job. I'm tired of messing with trying to build another venturi right now and get it to work, so it is what it is. Without showing you too much over here, I ended up you know, extending this little place out here. I've got a neat little place to set my stuff now, my little organizer drawers, and I've got this pouch here that all my stuff hangs on. And then this area over here is now going to be for the new backup system. It's getting pretty dark in here, it's hard to see, but anyway, battery backup system is going to be going in for the aquaponics system in case of a power outage or a water shortage or anything like that. Then we'll have a battery backup system that'll automated, so it'll kick on its own through automated switches. This is going to be the control panel board. This is where everything's going to be mounted, and of course I will do a video on that once we get back into that. I'm waiting on some parts to come in that I've ordered. There's where the battery will be, and then I may go back in here and put maybe a shelf or something in here. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for the changes. I know it's a lot, and I haven't really done many videos, but I've been really busy just trying to, like I said, learn the system and figure out everything and what I'm doing, all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything like that, pop them in the comment section below. Don't forget that if you are not subscribed, we always appreciate the subscriptions. You can click on the little icon at the lower right hand corner of your screen and go check out our channel and our different videos. Don't forget to check out the suggested videos in the info section up above. Check out the description below for my Instagram and Facebook if you're not already following me. And I've got some good videos coming up on the system, some new stuff that's coming. We'll do a video on the backup system coming up here pretty soon. So yeah, we've got some cool stuff coming up. Seems like there was something else I was going to tell you guys, but I don't remember what it is now. So if I remember, I'll just put it on the next video. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Until next time, get out there and shoot some guns, be safe, and most importantly, have fun. See you guys later.